Top 10 MLB Catchers 5 to 1, 2015 edition. Number 5, Brian McCann, age 32, New York Yankees catcher. Now, my McCann ever since his Braves days, where he was just an elite catcher. I'd say at one point he was definitely like the best catcher in MLB before the Posies and Yadier Molina starting to just complete ghost savage on the league. But overall, Brian McCann was always a great at bat, a great bat to watch, and such a great hitter. And he was so patient, he was so smart, and he was definitely gifted for what he did. And for me personally, I loved watching him as a Brave. And then he signs his nice contract. I think it's like what 5 years, $75 million around there from the Big Bad Empire of New York. And he kind of slips a bit in his first year. I mean, he still has great numbers, but overall, he had better numbers in the past the past 2 years, 2012, 2013, when he was with the Braves. Those were the Braves days where he started to just go down. And then I feel like the new home of New York really kind of got him to get more power in there and become a better hitter because he definitely did a great job in 2014. And this year he exploded and had the most home runs actually in his career, career high in home runs in the season. So overall, I feel like New York is doing him well, and he's still providing, he's still producing for the team, and I mean it doesn't matter where he goes, he's still a quality at bat and a quality player for the team, and in a positive way. And as you can see, Brian McCann, 3 years, $51 million, still got a bunch of money in there, still got a bunch of baseball left in the Bronx, and there's a lot of fun games to watch from Brian McCann. If you're a Yankees fan and go to the Yankees games, well, Bronx will be lighted up with Brian McCann because he is a stud. He still is, and at 32, a great veteran to watch. Overall, what has he done in his career? I mean, he's a seven-time All-Star. He had a stretch where he was an All-Star for like 6 years straight. It was unbelievable. Six-time Silver Slugger, and 2010 All-Star Game MVP. He actually won the Silver Slugger this year, so it shows his power has really gone up since he hit New York. But anyway, just overall, just watching him just play, you want to see. From his first year in the Bronx. So overall, he has really proven a lot to me that he's still going and he's not missing a beat. As a defensive player, 980 putouts, 69 assists, 7 errors, 5 double plays, a 993 field percentage. Overall, pretty solid on defense. He's never been the best defender because he's always created a lot of errors. But overall, I mean, you can't blame him. But like his power makes up for his mistakes when it comes to playing catcher on the field right there on defense. So overall, still a quality catcher, still a great catcher to see. And number 4, Russell Martin, age 33, Toronto Blue Jays catcher. Pretty much the veteran, another veteran on this list, like Brian McCann, that honestly is still doing it, is still going big, is still producing, and is still a very big part of any team that he steps on, and he's done that for pretty much his entire career. Every single team that he's been on, he has made such an impact, whether it was with New York, whether it was with Pittsburgh, whether it was with the Dodgers. He really always had a way to really give this team an option and kind of like confidence that they can win because they had a great catcher on behind the plate. And so just the way his presence is incredible. He's got great leadership, and he's a fantastic baseball player. Just watching him, he's entertaining. And Toronto is very lucky to have this guy, a guy that people might not really like. They look at him, but not too much because when you have Josh Donaldson, you have Edwin Encarnacion, you have Jose Bautista, et cetera. You don't really look at the catcher, but he has actually been a very big part of the power game in Toronto as well. So you have to give credit where credit is due, and Russell Martin needs a lot of credit. Got 4 years, $65.6 million left. So that's a ton. That's still a ton of money, and it's still a great contract for him. I would like for him to just end his career in Toronto just because he's from Canada, and I think it's like it's a good thing. It'd be a nice thing to do. Would be stay in Canada for him. In his career right now, four-time All-Star, a Gold Glove Award winner, a Silver Slugger, and a Tip O'Neill Award winner. So overall, fantastic. He's gotten an award. He's gotten acknowledged. And just another guy that people don't see much, but he is just the X factor of every team. He is the most valuable player of every team he has gone to. That I can notice. That I could tell. Again, this year, 129 games played, 441 at bats, 76 runs scored, 106 hits, 23 doubles, 2 triples, 23 home runs, 77 RBIs, 53 walks, 106 strikeouts, 4 stolen bases, a 240 average, a 329 on base, a 458 slugging, and a 787 OPS. And slugging wise, he's always been there with the slugging. You're looking at on base, he's always above 300. And I mean, his average is always pretty good. 240 is not as good as what he had in in Pittsburgh, the final year in Pittsburgh. But 240 will take it any day because he did have production on extra base hits and et cetera like that. Overall, on defense though, 799 putouts, 70 assists, only 4 errors, 6 double plays, a 995 fielder percentage. This is a guy that people really don't know, but he's actually a tremendous defender, and that is another thing that brings an element to the Toronto Blue Jays. They have a defender that is reliable and is extremely great at playing the position. So overall, Russell Martin, great offensive player, great defender, great overall catcher, and deserves to be on this list. So for sure. Number 3, Salvador Perez, age 25, Kansas City Royals catcher. Yeah, this guy is right there behind Buster Posey and Yadier Molina. Yadier Molina and Buster Posey, they are definitely, the standards for how they are right now as catchers wise in baseball. But Salvador Perez is right there below them. He should climb to number 1 at some point in his career. It's just how it is. He's he is a star. He's already a star, but he's going to be a superstar catcher in MLB, and he's going to be the best catcher in the world. I really do believe that he is. He's got everything. He's got definitely. He's got the ability to be dangerous on offense, and he's got a great defensive ability. Overall, he's got a lot of potential in him, and I love watching Salvador Perez. He's just a young guy that really is a great leader in the clubhouse, and like I said, big part of why Kansas City won the World Series. Overall, his contract is 1 year, $1.4 million. That definitely needs to change. Kansas City, if they want to keep him long term, it's got to be a long term contract. They cannot lose this guy too. This guy is a key piece to Kansas City and what they bring to this organization. So overall, they do need to find out what they need to do because this is Salvador Perez. He's a very valuable guy, and he would be a very valuable guy in the market. If he were to, in fact, become a free agent. Overall, his career so far: a 3-time All-Star, World Series champion, World Series MVP, and a 3-time Gold Glove award winner. Like I said, this October, he was unstoppable in the World Series. He was just so dangerous, just hit it just great. I mean, he great hitter in the World Series. Just did everything great. Overall, what can I say? But he deserves it. He's like I said, he deserves every honor, every aspect of it to be one of the top in the game. Um, again, only been 5 years, so like I said, 25 years old, got so many years ahead of him. I'm just so excited to see more of him. This year, 142 games played, 531 at bats, 52 runs scored, 138 hits, 25 doubles, 21 home runs, 70 RBIs, 13 walks, 82 strikeouts, 1 stolen base, a 260 average, a 280 on base, a 426 slugging, a 706 OPS. It's not too hot when it comes to on base. The past 2 years, he's been a little bit slow on the on base there with the 200s there. But overall, you can't complain when it comes to what he's been able to do. I mean, 21 home runs, 70 RBIs. So he's definitely very smart. 82 strikeouts is really nothing overall. He didn't get struck out much. So he's very patient at the plate. That's what I've been noticing. And like I said, he makes the most of his opportunities, and it's awesome to see. On defense, he had 974 putouts, 90 assists, 4 errors, 10 double plays, and 996 fielding percentage. Like I said, he's a 3-time Gold Glover winner because of this. He does not really make any mistakes. He's usually always on point. He's always on his toes, and we all know that people trying to steal are always on their toes because Salvador Perez, he's got a great defensive mind, and he calls great games. And this is the reason why the pitching was great for Kansas City, because Salvador Perez behind the plate. So for sure, deserving of this honor. Number 2, Buster Posey, age 28, San Francisco Giants catcher. Pretty much the reason why the San Francisco Giants even have 3 World Series rings in the past 6 years around there, is because of none other than that Buster Posey, Madison Bumgarner. But Buster Posey is the main reason, and also pretty much a main reason why San Francisco has been just a competitive team and has always been just a dangerous team to watch in the postseason. And like I said, they've always been the underdogs, but Buster Posey has always been that guy that's calling great games, that's calming them down, and he's huge leader for this team, and just a great catcher overall. He's very valuable in everything that he does, and the thing that separates him from Salvador Perez is pretty much like Salvador Perez can call games, but he's still very young. Buster Posey has experience, and just all through pretty much ever since he's been called up, he has been just a star, and he's been a monster. And really, it's been awesome to just watch him just play and perform, and do it humbly. He doesn't go about it as, oh, I'm one of the best catchers in MLB. He does it but the pride of just playing the game, and that's what I love about him, is that he's so good, and I know he's good, but he doesn't show it. Um, and that's why he has a 6-year, $111.2 million contract with San Francisco. I would not be shocked if he stayed in San Francisco and got another contract for this. San Francisco always would love Buster Posey, and Buster Posey would always love San Francisco. I don't see him going anywhere. Um, Again, he's from Georgia, but I don't see him going to Atlanta. I don't see him going to any Florida area just because he went to Florida State. I just see him staying put here, being a Giant for his life, and I really do think he will have a statue outside of the AT&T Park. I really do believe that'll be it. I think he will definitely be the man in the Bay. He will have a statue. He'll be recognized for everything that he's done for the organization. In his career, you're looking at what he's done: 3-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion, an NL MVP, an NL Rookie of the Year, a 3-time Silver Slugger, an NL Hank Aaron Award winner, an NL Comeback Player of the Year, an NL Batting Champion, and a Golden Spikes Award winner. Overall, yeah, people know who Buster Posey is just because of what he got. He's done so much. He's been very valuable, and it's shown with MVP awards and Rookie of the Year awards and comeback player, like, et cetera, et cetera. He's been always that good of a guy. He's always been that man. Like, he's ready to go, and he's always ready to go. So it's awesome to see. This year, 150 games played, 557 at bats, 74 runs scored, 177 hits, 28 doubles, 19 home runs, 95 RBI, 56 walks, 52 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases, a 318 average, a 379 on base, a 470 slugging, and an 849 OPS. The thing I love about Buster Posey is his batting average. It's 318 this year. Last year was 311. You had 336 at 2012. You had a 305 in 2010. Pretty much his entire career, for just 3 years in his career, has he gotten a 300 or above batting average. I mean, it's really, for me, I think it's incredible. I think what he's been able to do has been phenomenal. And like I said, he's a dangerous hitter. You don't want to pitch it to Buster Posey because you're probably gonna get slammed with a homer, or he's gonna get a hit on you or something like that. Because, like I said, he's just such a well-developed hitter, and it's awesome to see. Um, Catcher-wise, I mean, on defense, 771 putouts, 67 assists, 2 errors, 4 double plays, and 998 fielding percentage. He's pretty much perfect. Doesn't commit many errors, and you won't see him commit many errors. He is one of the best defensive catchers in baseball, just like Salvador Perez over there. I think Salvador Perez is a little bit better, but people do not give credit. But Buster Posey is actually a hell of a defender. I mean, he definitely is always ready to go. And like I said, he can play both sides so well. And like I said, just a great big part of this team. And I really do hope he gets another World Series ring. I do think he deserves it. He does deserve it. So, and he deserves this award at being number 2. Number 1, Yadier Molina, age 33, St. Louis Cardinals catcher. a future Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer for sure. What he's been able to do in terms of, he's been able to win so many Gold Glove Award winners, awards and Platinum Glove awards. I mean, pretty much he's, I'd say, one of the best defender and catchers of all time. And like I said, like he calls great games, and he's the reason why St. Louis is always in the NLCS, NLDS. They're always in the postseason because of this guy. And like I said, Yadier Molina is, without him in St. Louis, without him in the organization, without him healthy, if he is injured, St. Louis is not a same team. They need him all the time if they want to win a World Series, and I think that's the case. When he got injured, St. Louis could not do anything about it. They might have all this young talent in the world, and people are like, how do they get all this young talent? How is this possible that everyone can step up and be so great? That's good. It's awesome to see, and it's fun to watch because I'm like, wow, that's very unpredictable. All these guys are all good and they're all ready to play. But without Yadier Molina, he's the main guy. He's the guy. If you don't have Yadier Molina on your team, and healthy, you're most likely going to be in a bit of trouble in terms of where you want to be come October, November time. So you always need Yadier Molina healthy, and you need him to go, especially postseason time, because this is where he shines. This is his moment, and that's where I feel like St. Louis will win World Series championships is with Yadier Molina healthy and ready to go, because he's a Hall of Fame catcher and such a great person. Like I said, such a great player to watch, and he's deserving to be number one. He's the best catcher in the league right now, and for sure. I mean, deservedly so. He's got deservedly so 2 years, $30 million. Probably should get paid more. I feel like he gets underpaid anyway. I feel like he needs to get paid a lot more just for his contributions of what he's done to this game. It's a great thing. Again, a 7-time All-Star, a 2-time World Series champion, 8-time Gold Glove winner, a Silver Slugger, a 4-time Platinum Glove Award winner, and a 6-time Fielding Bible Award winner. Again, like I said, all these are defense required. People obviously know Yadier Molina is a fantastic defender. They obviously do not look at his offensive ability, but I do, and I feel like he's got a great offensive ability as well. And I feel like people just don't see it, but I know he's a great defender, and he is. He's an unbelievable defender. But offensively, he also can produce when he is able to. He will produce. I don't see anything, and I don't doubt it. So Yadier Molina, looking at what he did this year, 136 games played, 488 at bats, 34 runs scored, 132 hits, 23 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, 61 RBIs, 32 walks, 59 strikeouts, 3 stolen bases, a 270 average, a 310 on base, a 350 slugging, a 660 OPS. Yes, not the best slugging, I understand that, but you see what he does. He gets hits, he gets his doubles. I mean, he's got 2 triples already. He could do it. You know what? He might not be a power home run hitting catcher, but he's able to produce and get runs in there and get hits and make himself get into score position. So you need to appreciate what Yadier Molina does on offense as well. And on defense, like the usual, 1,064 putouts, 56 assists, 7 errors, 9 double plays, a 994 fielding percentage. Again, like I said, look at that. Pretty much, he's always perfect, always great defending, and like I said, calls great games, and you will barely see the time where he will make, just lazy defensive plays, lazy defensive, anything really. He's always on his toes and he's always ready to go. And like I said, active player, for sure, deservingly so, being number one.